Hi, I'm Rick, and you're in the Whiskey Zone, that place to celebrate the spirit of the spirit. And this time, I'm investigating a Highland single malt Scotch whiskey that is from what was, for many, many years, until just recently, the easternmost distillery in Scotland. It's the Glen Garioch 12-year-old release from the town of Old Meldrum, located in Aberdeenshire Council in Scotland. If you're an English speaker who appreciates the Gaelic language, then you'll most certainly also be a fan of the Doric dialect, spoken in the northeastern part of Scotland. This is where the Glen Garioch distillery name and its pronunciation comes from. Now, earlier, I mentioned its unique geographical location. Well, the recent development of the Brewdog Distilling Company, just 13 miles east, means Glen Garioch has lost its official claim as the most eastern Scottish distillery. However, since Brewdog has yet to release a whiskey product, I guess you could say Glen Garioch is still the easternmost whiskey distillery in Scotland that's both producing and selling its own whiskey, if we're going to get technical. I was lucky enough, thanks to the Highland Whisky Academy, to visit and tour the Glen Garioch distillery earlier this year. And it's a charming, impressive operation that just reeks of history and heritage. And it's in a beautiful part of Scotland as well. You can find photos of the distillery at thewhiskeyzone.com. This 12-year-old single malt Scotch was bottled at 48% ABV and matured in ex-bourbon and sherry casks. And while the bottlers have gone out of their way to elaborately state that this whiskey is non-chill filtered, there is no mention about the color. So I'll have to assume it's been added. And it's too bad, because the color profile that appears here is a very compelling pale brown, almost like Amontillado sherry. And there are some beautiful slow legs on a slow journey towards the bottom of the glass. Let's see what the effects of 12 years in 2 different casks has on the nose. Baked cinnamon apples. Caramel. Kind of an earthy early morning dew. And a hint of vanilla extract. Not bad. Now, the drinking part. Coffee, maybe a latte. Bazooka Joe bubblegum. Singed lavender. Like if you could have an easy drinking liquid chocolate cake, that's what you'd have here. And cherry cola. Now, even though it's pushing it at 48% ABV, there's so much flavorful sweetness here that I'm going to let this one sit untouched by the addition of water. It's got a surprisingly long finish with a pleasant waxy sweetness with undertones of burnt cherry tree branches and cinnamon bagels. Glen Garioch may not be a household name in the world of supermarket Scotch whiskies, but in the world of people who appreciate finely crafted spirits, it's a champ. I just wish they could make it without adding the color. Now, it's not always easy to find on the shelf, but when you do, I'd recommend taking one home with you. I think you'll become good friends. I'm giving the Glen Garioch 12-year-old release a 9-finger pour. Thanks for giving me 5 minutes of your time to listen to my review of the Glen Garioch 12-year-old. If you'd like more details on this review, as well as uncorking miscellaneous whiskey odds and ends, check out thewhiskeyzone.com. And if you have a few more seconds to spare, why not subscribe, like, comment, or share? So until next time, drink smart, stay safe, and we'll see you next time in the Whiskey Zone.